What is up, guys? This is Saban Kenobi, making one more PlayStation Vita video. This might be it for a while because you might be thinking, okay, this guy, he made a video on physical PS Vita games he has, downloaded PS Vita games he has, PSP downloaded games on his Vita that he has. What else can you play on the Vita? Like, what else is there? A lot of people think, oh, I can only play PS Vita games on the PS Vita. No. Actually, one of the biggest selling points for me after the PlayStation Vita was out for a while, I watched some of the games come out and I was like, yeah, I'd like to play some of those, but I don't know. I don't see what the big deal is. PSP, I didn't play a ton of. Didn't think it was a big deal. Well, I've had a PS3 for a long, long time, and one of the things I enjoyed about the PS3 was buying PS1 Classics. Now, it's great that you can play old games, but especially on a big screen, they didn't look so great. So, one of the biggest deals with the PS Vita for me, not for everybody, but for me, was all the PS1 Classic games I'd already bought that were sitting on my PS3. You can play them on the Vita. So, I have a couple PS1 Classics. These are all either, well, we'll get into it. So, first of all, you can see I'm a Final Fantasy fan. Big fan of 6, as you can tell. My name is Saban Kenobi, for crying out loud. My screen name, anyway. And that's just a combination of my favorite Final Fantasy and my favorite Star Wars characters. So, there you go. Short story. Great. But yeah, Final Fantasy VI, gotta have it in any format that I can have. It's on my phone. It's on my Vita. I believe it was on my PSP. It's on my PS3. I don't still own the SNES cartridge. I sold my Super Nintendo years ago and kept the Final Fantasy III in the US cartridge for years. And it just sat there. And I was like, somebody else can enjoy this. And then I sold it for $80 more than I bought it for. So, hey, profit. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII, also a great Final Fantasy. I'm not here to argue about which one's better, but you can guess which one I think is better based on my screen name. And, but yeah, still a great game. It's fun to play these on the go, actually. Especially in a handheld, because graphically, yes, they don't hold up. And so, like I said earlier, when you're playing PS6 on a big screen, they kind of look like crap. Playing them on the Vita makes them look vibrant and good again. Especially Final Fantasy IX, another one of my favorites. That especially on the Vita, I don't know, it just looks great. Chrono Trigger, not a Final Fantasy game, but another great RPG nonetheless. Some would argue what was... I love the SNES era because people argue what's better, Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, or Secret of Mana. Well, you know my answer, but it's just fun to debate because all three games are amazing. I think we can all agree that all three games are just great RPGs. That was the golden era. And then Final Fantasy Tactics. So I actually haven't finished this game. I can barely get into it. It's not your typical Final Fantasy. If you're fans of Final Fantasy, typical Final Fantasy games, go watch some videos on Final Fantasy Tactics before you buy it. I picked it up for like $3. I tried playing it back in the day, couldn't get into it. Thought, I'll give it another go. It's still been sitting here, so... Anyway, yeah, that's the PS1 Classics I have on my PS Vita. You're probably thinking, wow, he bought a system for just 5 games. Oh, wait, there's more. Ha! So here's an interesting thing. Here are more PS1 Classics. Bust-A-Move 4 is just another Bust-A-Move game. Again, it was on sale for like $2. And actually, I bought this after I got a Vita, so I was like, I just want to play it on the go. So that's great. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the best Castlevania game. Not a hill I'm willing to die on, but I would definitely fight you for that one. There is no better Castlevania than Symphony of the Night. So I just, again, actually, I think I bought that after I got the Vita because I was like, well, if I can play it on the go, then I'll want to buy it. Okay, so after that, all the rest of the games here, So again, like I've shown before, I have physical PS Vita games, some of which I haven't even finished or played, downloaded PS Vita games, PSP games, PS1 Classics. So everything other than Busted Move 4 and Castle. I haven't played these games yet. I know, right? He says he's a RPG fan and a Final Fantasy fan, and he hasn't played some of the greatest RPGs ever made. Well, hear me out. I bought these, some of them before I had the PS Vita and some after, because they are the greatest. Xenogears, I mean, come on. Even I know I've never played the game, but I know how popular it is. And when it's on sale on the network for $3 and I know I can play it anywhere I want versus going out and finding a physical copy for what, $100? That's insane. So I picked that up. I intend to play all of these games. It's not that I own them just for owning them. Legend of Dragoon, another one that's insanely high priced for a physical copy, but the PlayStation Network, these games are all like $5 or $10 regular, and then if you watch, they're on sale for like $3. So I pick them up when they're on sale. Another one, Legend of Mana, which is a sequel to Secret of Mana. I actually did start that one. I just haven't finished it yet. Forgive me for mispronouncing things, but Suikoden. One of my friends had this back in the day for the PlayStation 1, and he loved it. And I've heard it's amazing. It's an extremely long RPG, so I'm kind of hesitant to even start, because when I start, I can't stop, which is awesome. But yeah, I've heard it's a great RPG, so when I see it for $3, I'm like, why the heck not? Vagrant Story, I actually hadn't heard a lot about until recent years, like within the last 3 years. This is 2020, by the way. So, yeah, I'd never even heard of it. Again, go and look, and it's like, man, it's expensive for a physical copy. Oh, look, it's on sale for like $250. Sweet. So I picked that up, and I hope to play that soon. Chrono Cross, which is a sequel to Chrono Trigger. Again, one of my friends had that, so I've watched some of the gameplay, and again, for less than $10, it's like, why not? And then Wild Arms is another one that was, I think that one was only $2, that I just heard really, really good things about. So I thought I'd pick it up. And then I have played some of Mega Man X4, obviously not an RPG, but again, on sale, and Mega Man on the go, I mean, that just seems perfect for the Vita, so it is a lot of fun. So yeah, that's it for the PS1 Classics, guys. I can't fit them all on one screen. Oh wait, just kidding, that was really it. These are just my folders and junk. If you don't like stuff, you can put it in a folder and ignore it. It's one of the great things about the Vita. So, but yeah, that really is it, guys. So anyway, let me know in the comments what PS1 Classics you enjoy playing most on the PlayStation Vita. I would say like the most fun to be playing handheld on the go is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It fits so well on the Vita. Looks good, plays good. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And that is it for me. I will see you in the next one.